music was always more important than anything else, to me personally. You'll have to ask the other two.
For people...
Isn't it funny when you say that now?
Yes.
You know, it's so new to me that I always sort of, it clogs you up a bit when you say, you know, because you're so glib saying, oh, well, ask the other three. Yeah. Now we can only ask two, which is dragging its way, but I'm sure he's okay. I'm really sad. I still miss John a great deal. I'll always miss him, you know, but it's still brand new.
When you heard about, how did you hear about it?
Barbara's daughter called us up saying John's been shot. And so that drove me crazy, but you think he's been shot, he's shot in the arm, shot in the leg. And then they came back and they said he's dead. Do you want to stop that now?
No.
Because it doesn't help, you know, but it always gets me upset. Right now.
But it would be amazing if you didn't.
Yeah, well, he was a great friend.
Tell us about the good time. When did you see him last, and what was it like?
I saw him on the 15th of November. And I was staying in the plaza. We went over to New York for a while. And I hadn't seen him for a while because, you know, we see each other wherever we are. And he came over with Yoko for an hour. And we had such a great time because they stayed 5 hours. And it didn't matter it was a year between we didn't see each other. It was always fine when we did, but it was a particularly great time that I had anyway.
When you were talking a moment or two ago, and we know how this country was affected by John Lennon's death.
Oh. Not only this country, the world.
The world. But for you, I mean, for people who grew up with him and cared about, all of you cared about you, loved you, it had such an effect. But for you, it just must have been mind-blowing.
It blew me away. But you see, no matter how much it blew me away, I keep quoting this line because it's still an amazing line. I phoned Yoko before. No, in fact, I went into the Dakota.
You went to see her right after his death.
Yeah, I was in the Bahamas, and as soon as we heard, we rented a plane as early as we could, and we flew up to New York. Not that you can do anything, but you just have to go and say hello, and if there's anything, there's nothing you can do. But say, we're here, and, you know, you want some ice cream or whatever you say, because, you know, your brain is addled at the time. But I said to her, I know how you feel. And the woman, straight as a die, in all honesty, said, no, you don't. Because no matter how close I was to him, I was not half as close as she was to him. And that blew me away, more than anything.
And he was happy.
Oh, man, they were happy. You've seen, you know, they were two people in one.
When you went back to New York to see Yoko,
yeah,
you were so surrounded. It was almost like those days when you used to...
I was not surrounded.
The crowds and
they were waiting at the Dakota. And there were people while we were there shouting up, you know, to Yoko, come to the window, or Sean. Where, I mean, in fact, it would have been better if they'd all left her alone. Because they're not going to bring him back. And it didn't help her by having this whole crowd outside playing his music, which is, you know, fine if they want to do that, but then why don't you play it at home? And then when we came out, I didn't need to hear people telling me how much they loved the Beatles or any of that when we just lost John, because I wasn't there to see a Beatle. I was there to see my friend, not relating to this band.
Do you feel that you're in touch with John at times, or
no,
that he's...
not right now?
Because every once in a while, with love, you look up and say, okay, up there, fella.
Oh, well, I believe he's okay. I mean, I believe he's got a good place up there, and he's just waiting for me to come and play the kit. And that big band in the sky, you know. And I believe he's up there with Jimi Hendrix and Elvis and all the rest of them. Because they're probably the ones who stay out all night. The rest are just flying around in the day saying, isn't it nice here? And all the rockers are, hey, is it 9 o'clock at night? Let's get out there.
Are they playing together? Well, is Elvis singing with John?
Wouldn't make... well, I mean, besides laughing, it's got to be a great band up there. because we've lost a lot of good people.